Good morning, folks, and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's a gorgeous day here. Finally, it feels like summer, and we have a massive delivery for the OBS Chevy. Not the Blazer, the green, hideous looking one over there. Yes, we have a lift kit that has been delivered. So a lot of you guys were saying about, way back in the day, well, not way back, like what, a month or two ago, people were saying you should get a lift kit for the Blazer. And I didn't want to get a lift kit because they're expensive, and the whole point of the Blazer was like, how cool can you make a truck for as little money as possible? And I think I did a pretty good job of that. I mean, I've spent virtually nothing on it. Now, the green truck is going to be a budget build, but unlike the Blazer, it's going to have some type of budget. The Blazer, I try to do everything for free on the Blazer. The green truck, I will be spending money, although not that much. So I went with a rough country lift kit. And Rough Country has mixed reviews. Some people swear by it. Other people say it's cheap Chinese crap. I don't know. I've never had one. I had a zone lift on the Duramax originally, a 6-inch zone, which is built by BDS, the best, probably one of the best, if not the best in the industry. And now I have a 10-inch Cognito, which is amazing. But they were both expensive. Now, the zone was only about $1,300 to $1,400, but the Cognito kit I have on my truck now is about a $5,000 setup. This was $999, and that's kind of the cool thing about Rough Country is everything on their site. I could have gotten a 4-inch, a 6-inch, an 8-inch, and it would all be $999 no matter what you get. And I will say right off the bat, you do definitely get a lot for your money. So the back is a lift kit and a helper spring. So we got leaf springs in there, and then the front is, all your drop brackets and all the necessary hardware. So it's a totally complete kit, $999 with free shipping. So I feel like it's a really good deal. What is the difference? What separates a good lift from a bad lift? Is it better material, better steel, better aluminum? Is it, better the engineering, better geometry for the suspension? I'm not exactly sure, but I do know what a good lift is and what it looks like, not the Blazer, the big truck behind it. So when we put this on, we'll see if it matches up. That's it, that's the info, and I don't even remember if I said, but I got a 6-inch lift. I feel like I said that, but I'm not sure. In case I didn't, I got a 6-inch lift. So the green OBS truck is going to be pretty freaking high. A 6-inch lift might not sound like a lot, but it's a very big difference when you're talking about going from a stock truck to that. And the goal is to run the 6-inch lift with 35s. It's gonna be about the size the Duramax was with the first lift. So if you guys wanna go back and watch those videos, that's essentially what it's gonna look like. And that was, I mean, back in the day, I felt like that was very extreme. Today, it's not gonna seem like much to me because I now daily drive that. But I feel like it's gonna look friggin' awesome. I'm not gonna unbox anything right now. I'm gonna keep it all nice and organized for Shane when we go to PDW to get it installed. And that should be happening here within the next few days, so stay tuned. Really gonna be sick. I can't wait. That truck is gonna look so freaking good on 35s lifted up like that. And it's gonna be quite large, so get prepared. Now, what I'm doing today is I'm going to start prepping that truck for paint. As you guys may or may not know, I feel like that is the ugliest color I've ever seen. I'm sorry for anybody who has it. I mean, I feel like maybe if it was in better shape, it wouldn't be too awful, but I hate it, and paint is one of the first things I want to do on that truck. So I'm going to take off the side molding, the mirrors, and maybe some other stuff as well. It's been like a week since I drove this truck, so hopefully it starts. I think it will. The door close thing still gets me. It doesn't close. You really have to slam it, but you can tell that maybe they were doing that a lot because it's all just ripped apart. Inside of this truck is in great shape, like everywhere. It just needs a good detail, which I'm gonna do. The door panel, the driver door panel is about the only thing I want to replace because that is disgusting and it doesn't, it doesn't work all that well, but whatever. Get to that when we get to it. Right up, no problem. I still can't believe it. $1,200. You had to pee. I'm sorry. I would have taken you out earlier. The thing about doing this is that we don't really care about the adhesive or trying to protect the paint because it's going to be sanded and repainted anyway. So we don't have to really be careful. We can just focus on getting it off. And it's coming off pretty well. I'm just kind of pulling it here. Normally I would use fishing line and try to be real slick with it and get it off without leaving any residue. But we don't care, like I said. Speaking of things I hate on the green truck, yes. Now, doesn't that look a lot nicer than one of those? I hate the chrome mirrors. I think they really date the truck. And I think these look so much better, the new style mirrors. I don't know when they switched. I think in 95 or 96. But these are like all the way back from the 80s. And that's gonna look a lot better. The Blazer has these, although these are like really nice gloss black, and the Blazer ones are kind of poopy. I've never really sanded a vehicle before or trying to make it look good. This is going to be brand new for me. So we'll see how it goes. I feel like it'll cut through it pretty easily. I'm using, to start out with, I'm using a pretty high grit because I don't want to cut too deep. I might want to actually get some adhesive remover and try to get it off that way first, because it's looking like actually this might take a while to sand through all of it. It might be easier to take it off. Once I do that, I feel like this is actually going to go pretty well. What about up here? Really, like, I'm not doing this for real right now. I'm just seeing how it goes because I'm preparing myself for the big project of actually prepping the truck to be painted. So, and like I said, I've never done this before, but I feel like it's not too bad. Now, a lot of this paint is like really faded, if you can see. But a lot of the paint is really faded and it's creating a pretty rough surface. So I spray painted right there just to kind of see what it would look like. And you can definitely tell like it's gonna have to be sanded pretty well. And we also want to get rid of the rust. But I think the good thing is, like, the reason why I bought the truck, it's pretty solid, and I don't think it'll be too hard to like make this a nice surface ready to paint. Wow, not bad. Now let's test a little paint on it just to see if it's kind of like flat. Got my olive drab paint, and this might be a clue as to what color I want the truck to be. Now that's pretty, see, now that's pretty good. And it's running because I'm not, you know, trying, but that's pretty good there. It really does look pretty nice. And again, I'm gonna have it done by the pros. I'm just gonna prep the truck. So I'm gonna bring it to them like pretty much ready to primer and paint. So that's why I'm testing here. But yeah, pretty hyped, guys. I think it's gonna look great. This concerns me for sure. This is like, you know, clearly the bodywork was done by a, we'll say, not professional to make it sound nice. A not professional did this bodywork. So I'm gonna try to get some Bondo in there, some body filler, and then smooth that out. But it doesn't, I mean, it's passable. It's something to work with. It's not great, but it's not like the truck is falling apart. And back here is another big area that needs a lot of attention. Now, they tried to Bondo this, and it's not a clean, I mean, it is not a clean job whatsoever. So I'm gonna have to smooth that out as well. You know, get it pretty good and then let the pros do a final job. But the good news is I'm able to clean up this job that the lot did. I'm able to clean that up pretty well already. I mean, that even that just looks a lot better. I can definitely get this to a point where the body shop will be able to make it look really nice. And I feel like I can get it there with a little bit of elbow grease and not a whole lot of money. So this is coming together pretty well. Now I am gonna get some more and try to fill it in, and like I mean, there's huge gaps here. But I think I can make it look pretty good. I'd say that we're making great progress for sure. And I'm really having fun, you know, and I'm learning how to, I feel like it's pretty quick to pick up like what you have to do. to get everything smooth. Now the real test will be when paint goes on, which again, I'm not doing, luckily. I'm very happy with it. I think the truck is gonna look amazing. And the good news is that the body shop is really, really capable. So whatever mistakes I leave, they can fix them. All right, now for that ugly hood bug guard that so many of you hated on the Blazer. And I never took it off the Blazer. I always kind of liked it on that truck. Maybe because it's all black, but not on this truck. So that's a big fat removal right there. 2. Oh, well, went through. Last one. And now it's only held on by mold, I think. Maybe double-sided tape too. Got it. Done deal. Taking this old truck apart piece by piece, but look at how clean that engine bay is. Not bad, right? And I think regardless of what color I do the rest of the truck, I think I'm gonna do the engine bay black. That way it's easy to do. We don't have to take the engine out to paint it. You know, it'll look good black. It'll match with anything. The old school big air cleaner on top. Now this is fuel injected. It looks like a carburetor setup, but it's not. It's a fuel injected engine. But they had this old, you know, old style. It was still the old style filter box. It looks like a big frying pan, like this here. And I've seen people do this. I don't know why. I guess they think it gives it more airflow. Run it like that. Now again, I don't know why, but I guess it looks cool. As for stuff that came with the truck, we have the Dale Earnhardt license plate, a classic. We have a fuel filter, a box of goodies here. What in the world? What in the world? Is that a water pump? Or air conditioner? I don't know what that is. Excuse me for not knowing. I'm sure somebody in the comments will know, but I do not know what that is off the top of my head. How to install your water pump. That's what it is, water pump. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot. And a thermostat. So is this looks like an old water pump to me. It looks like it's got a new water pump on it. Well, we could check. I forgot to even look when the hood was up. We have a thermostat. That looks new. So it might need one. And the fuel pump that we have somewhere. Right there. So, or the fuel filter rather, not fuel pump. So that was in that goodie box. I will be throwing that out, even though it's, you know, it's Dale, which is great, but we're not about NASCAR. Ah, buyer's guide, as is, no warranty. You don't say. Turn this the whole way around, nothing happens. So I don't know if we can move the seat back or not. This is where the original jack would be, and a lug wrench. They are, as I suspected. Got that. And that looks to be about it here in the back. I don't see anything else.
Michael.
Andy.
How are you, Michael?
I'm doing well. How are you, buddy?
I'm living my dreams.
I figured.
Yeah. And now that you call, I mean, I'm just living it more.
Very important question for you.
Oh, Jesus. What do I do now?
Can you tune a 1993 Chevrolet Silverado?
Nope.
Got the old spare tire off. Now the problem with these is, and why I had to get the Sawzall out, is because it's designed so that you take one of the pieces, one of the tools from up under the seat, and you stick it through that hole into this tube and turn it. It lowers down the tire with like a pulley mechanism in that wire. The problem is they get rusted and they don't work anymore, as was the case with this one, and there's nothing you can do. So I had to cut it off. And to be honest, I don't think I'd be using that spare anyway. It's looking, I feel like it has seen better days. Into the bed you go. And this. I wanted to get done today, taking that ugly front lip off, and that is now done. So the truck is coming along pretty well. I think I'm so confident. I think I'm gonna go for the full enchilada. I'm gonna sand it tomorrow and get it ready for paint. I do love how it's coming along. Made a ton of progress today, and we got that lift kit in, which is going to be awesome. So lift, wheels and tires, paint. This truck is gonna look epic in like a week. A little bit later in the day, we got Andy over here, Andy from Accents Window Tint, to hook the Jeep up. And doesn't that look a lot better? The Jeep is now tinted, which looks awesome. And the truck is getting tinted. And Bobby's Mustang is getting tinted over here. And you trying to open up a shop in the garage here?
Yes, I am.
I was gonna say, you know what? We'll just consolidate all the vehicles, bring them to my house.
Well, you already offered me to live here.
I did. I wanted you to live here.
Yeah.
Actually, the house across the street is for sale. I'm trying to get Andy to move in. Now, we'd get into some trouble.
I think so.
If you were across the street, we would get into some trouble.
Lower packs and figure out where we live.
They would. But yeah, this big fishbowl here definitely needs some tint. This might be a sad moment for some, but not for me. We are removing the NASCAR stickers off of the back window, which, you know, honestly, if that, like number 8, for example, was in good shape, I might keep it. I might keep it, just for the heck of it. But these are like beat to crap. They look like they've been on there since about 1993, which, by the way, is before I was born, so you know they've been on there a while. And we are quickly losing daylight, so I'm gonna get in and edit, but the truck looks great with the new tinted windows. Really, really awesome, actually. Did 15 on the front, 5 on the back, as always. Same as the Big D, except the Big D's, before I went lighter, I did 10 on the fronts of those. And the Blazer has 15 and 5. What are you doing? And the Jeep looks great as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this upload. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a great night.